There's a well?
Well, I guess this is the place. So, do we just knock?
Let's give it a try. Worst comes to worst, he's sleeping and we wake him up.
Who are you guys?
I'm Alex. I come from the internet.
Oh, one sec. Come in.
I understand. Enter my home. Complete and total strangers. Where's that wind coming from?
So hey, yeah, I'm Rory, but you probably figured that much out on your own. If not, why would I be letting you into my room? Anyway, what are your names?
I'm Alex. This is Vela and Michael.
No, I mean, what are your screen names? That's how I know all of you, so that'll be more beneficial.
So, he asks for their names, and then Alex says, their names, and then he's like, no, I mean your screen names. That's how I know all of you, so that would be more beneficial. But he introduced himself by his actual name and not his screen name. I still don't know what his screen name is.
Oh, I'm SNES Man 99. I think that's the first time I've had to say that out loud. Michael is Veriformer, and Vela isn't cool enough to go on the message board.
Hey, aren't you that girl? The one from Windway 87's post about the girl who was ripping up holes in reality in his town?
I am. But don't believe everything you read on the internet. You boys take that stuff too seriously.
Hey, I invented lying on the internet, so no need to warn me. Anyway, I'll have my eyes on you.
Oh, does that mean that some of his posts are lies?
Don't need you ripping a hole in my basement with your mind powers or whatever the hell it is you do.
Well, then just remain on my good side. So, Rory, tell us about your sister. When did she disappear?
Now, it's really important to look at all of the following dialogue with the idea in mind that this is how Alex is characterizing these people, because he's narrating the story in media res. That means after the end of it.
My sister, she vanished about 3 weeks ago. Went to school one day, left school, and now she's gone. No crazy elevator video of her either, she's just gone.
Oh, did your parents get the police involved?
No, my parents aren't exactly what you call proactive. They aren't the types that jump to their kids' defense when they're in trouble.
Do you think it would be okay if we talked to them?
No, that wouldn't be okay. It's complicated.
Yeah, it's complicated.
I see. Well, who else knows that she's missing? This is extremely serious. A teenage girl goes missing, and someone needs to be doing something about it.
Yeah, but it's... Yeah, okay, you're right. Where do we begin? Well, my sister Carrie started acting weird a few months back. She was having trouble with some girls at school, but nothing she couldn't handle. So one day, things get really weird when I find her in the attic. She was holding some of her baby toys, stuff that's been boxed up for years. I asked her what she was doing, and she said she needed them for gifts. Gifts for kids who had less than she did. So then she left. She took 7 things with her. After she vanished, I went around looking for her, and I found her toys scattered everywhere. Anyway, the weird thing is, each place a toy was found, an accident happened there shortly after. One of the toys was left at an underpass, and the next day, a kid was killed when a car hit him.
Okay, so you would presume that this is why there's a memorial at the underpass, but this story is not why there's a memorial at the underpass.
And I know that sounds like a coincidence, but then at a train station, a woman was robbed, and the guy who grabbed her purse ran into the tracks and got hit by, not the train, but a cop car that lost control and plowed into him.
Okay, did Rory just straight up steal this from Final Destination?
Anyway, this old lady had a heart attack and died the next day at the grocery store right on top of a sewage cap where another toy had been found.
Oh yeah, and I found this music box that grants wishes. I think that might be a factor.
You can't tell me all of that is a coincidence.
Did anything happen to you personally when you went to these locations? Were you the one who found the toys?
Yeah, to both. But okay, let's just go to the places. I think it'd be best for me to show you myself.
Alright. When we finally left Rory's house, it was evening. Oh, he's not in my party. He's... Oh, is this an escort? Hey, what the fuck? Why is there a soul survivor in the sky? Why does it have the sun behind it?
I have this theory about physicality and the nature of our universe. It has a lot to do with the temporal nature of our bodies.
Okay, so we stepped outside and we're seeing crazy shits, and now we're talking to Rory's about his weird theory. So, is it possible that when we left Rory's house, we sort of entered a level of a mind dungeon?
Basically, I think we all have a set number of days to be in our bodies, and they usually end with our bodies being destroyed. But sometimes, very rarely, we leave our bodies without dying.
What exactly happened here, Rory? What makes you say this?
Okay, forget that for now. I can't explain it right now. Let's continue the tour.
Okay. So, like, if I'm not a psychologist, but if I would say Rory is doing anything right now, I don't think he's being a pathological liar. It seems like he's in some sort of state of mania, and he can't focus his thoughts, and he just wants to be in a bubble, sort of, so he can pretend like his sister is just missing.
The elemental composition of the human body can be looked at from the point of view of either mass composition or atomic composition.
I think Edward Elric would have you wrong about that.
The adult male human body is approximately 57% water, and water is 11% hydrogen by mass, but 67% if you count atoms.
Yeah, that might be a fact.
Most of the mass of the human body is oxygen, but most of the atoms in the human body are hydrogen atoms. What we love to forget is the soul when we talk about our makeup.
Because we can't quantify the soul, Rory. Where are you going with this, buddy?
I don't really believe in souls in a religious sense. I like to think about the soul as our mind.
Yeah, I'd say I agree with that, actually.
Have you ever imagined what it would be like if we successfully performed a brain transplant, but when the person woke up, they were exactly the same? Like, the brain is a physical part of the conscious, but the moment it's in a new body, the old soul, brain, or whatever enters back into the body and poof, we're back to being ourselves.
That would be weird. We'll find out if anybody ever performs a successful brain transplant.
Do people really know that the brain contains our thoughts?
I don't think so. I mean, it's our best guess, based on neurological activity.
Yeah, and before you tell me about the science behind
What
it,
the
I know you're right. I just think about this from time to time.
Dang, the writing anticipated my criticism.
You're a bit off on both your science and metaphysics, but you're onto something.
Vela didn't shoot him down. She didn't mock him. In my head, the rational part of my brain was already thinking of a variety of corrections to his ideas. But after this week, I knew pretty much anything was possible.
Somebody please mention the giant man in the sky.
I can't do it here. Okay, let's go to the next spot. I'll try there.
Maybe this is Rory's mind dungeon. I guess the big dude in the sky could be like an artistic representation of the elephant in the room, the thing that Rory's not acknowledging. Or it could just be because they thought it would look cool. I don't know.
Sometimes it feels like my sister is still in her room upstairs. And I don't mean to suggest that I forget that she isn't there. It goes beyond that. There are times where I feel like she's physically there. Like, in the same way I can feel my foot is attached to my leg without actually having to touch it with my hand. But she isn't here right now. There is one more place we can check. Let's go back to the overpass.
Okay, let's see what he says when we go back to the overpass, because that place seems to be the most triggering for him, for good reason. I see why people have issues with this part of the game, though, if you can't really get into the sort of meta-narrative. then it is just following a dude around and listening to him ramble about, like, his personal philosophy.
This is right. I think I can do it here. Okay, someone lift the sewer cap with me.
You want to go down there?
Yes, I think that would be a good idea. Boys, give him a hand.
Okay, so what I'm about to say might sound crazy, but I can prove my theory down here. I think my sister's soul is down here, so let's look for her.
Rory, I think you might be a bit... Okay, no, this will be fine.
Okay, now see, the reason that Vela is not correcting him like she corrects everybody else is because she can tell that something is not right with him emotionally, and she's clearly trying to gently coax him into telling the truth.
Let's look for her. I just want you to prepare yourself that what you find down here might not be her.
Whatever, but I know it's her.